I feel swimming. Not swimming. Yeah. What is that thing? I feel like that when you're on a boat and it's mildly choppy water. It's choppy waters. So there's a swaying and a up and a down, and up and a down. Some of the ups are higher and some of the downs are lower, and you're swaying, you can't really, you're trying to move. You're trying to move on the ship, but you just really can't. You always have to brace yourself, always having to brace yourself. I feel that. It upsets your stomach. You're not able to eat when that happens. You can't find a stable point because it's just all flowing and tossing and moving and moving and moving and moving, and you don't know when it's going to end, because right there in those moments when you're in it, it just is like eternity in those moments. Yes, it is. This what you are experiencing is an experience of, you know, the stability of being of the divine. You know that stability, and that is your center. And when you get to that, when you are aligned in the divine, when you're coming from the divine, then you feel that stability. And there was how can we describe it? It was like you were on a big houseboat barge, and that there was floating and things are moving around, but you didn't always notice it. You notice it sometimes. You would just notice it sometimes. But sometimes you felt fairly stable. You didn't realize that's what you were. Everything was so shaky and there were no real foundations there. You thought there were foundations there. And so you were living life as though there were foundations there, and you couldn't understand why sometimes regularly things would be so jostly, because you thought you had foundations there. But it was necessary for you to be in this experience of the now, to truly be in the experience of the now, and to truly be there. You could not have had the complete foundations of the divine while you were there, because then it would not have been an accurate portrayal of what is the situation there. You're wanting to find stability. You're wanting to find clarity. You're wanting to find the way to move forward. And this had come up a few years ago, and you were not ready. You were not ready to see and to experience. And those involved were given an opportunity. They were given an opportunity to, in a very peaceful and positive situation, see what they would do, to see if they would be able to improve without all the extra stressors, if they would make different decisions. And you needed a breather. And so it was, let's give you the breather and give them the chance to adjust on their own in a positive situation. We were at the moment of seeing yourself clearly. Seeing everything clearly. Everything is being seen clearly. And you were seeing yourself clearly. Everyone is seeing themselves clearly. Everything is being called into an account. Everything's make decisions, or everything's being lined up and aligned as to what needs to be done for every specific person individually, not collectively. There's not a This was not working here. It was not working. These souls are not getting better in this collective. Let's work on them as a group. Let them play out and see things, and maybe if they can't see it themselves, maybe they'll see it clearly, or clearly if they see it in someone else, and they'll make different decisions. And no, it didn't work. And I know, dear, it is time for you to be your truest self, and to know who your truest self is, and to be that. And you have your own apprehensions in that. It will open up. It will occur. Let them go. Do not try to make them be what they are not, because they will not be, no matter what. You knew that when you saw that card last night, and it said let go. You knew exactly what it was talking about, and you were like, no. And so, in your own desire to not see it at that moment, we gave you time to process, because you need that. You need that time to process, to prepare yourself. It allowed you to see and be aware of the divine court and what was going on. And we allowed you to bring that message to them so that they would also fully be aware of what was occurring. And see their reactions, see how they would move through this, because everything is fluid. When you were part of and you were coming out, you went through, it was very difficult. You were so enmeshed and entangled in it. Coming out of it was a shaking of your foundations. But quickly, you sought out and built and found truth and got some stability. And things became clearer, and it was like, oh, okay. And I was constantly saying, I'm so much better. I'm so much better. Everything's so much better. At the time, it was horrific, but it's so much better. You have done all you can. There is nothing left for you to do. You know that. You've been saying, I don't have anything. I can't think of anything. If you, as the time weaver, cannot find a path that you can do to fix the situation, to change the situation, to give them an opportunity and bring them to those opportunities. If you cannot do this, and you're saying you cannot do this, then accept that. Accept that. And it hurts. And it's painful because you love. You do love. But it is not helping right now. There have been many that you have returned to God. And knowing that God would assess and deal with the situation exactly as it needed to be. It is now time. It is now time for this to happen. And you don't know what's going to happen. You don't know where you're going to be, and you're fearful, and you just want a little bit of quiet, peaceful, creative things without having all the nuclear winter. We know. We know. We have been listening, we have been watching, we've been aware of it, everything. We have taken this out of your hands because it is time. It is time. So focus on the light and the bright. Take things one step at a time. One step at a time. Knowing you are divinely guided. And that we are all working to bring you out of this, because we see more clearly from our perspective. All the pitfalls, all the danger zones, you've been there so long that you have become acclimated to some of the pain, ideas of structure, and it is hard for you to see beyond them because it is too much. It's like a dust fog. Debris. Yes, it is like a debris cloud. You're in a debris cloud. You cannot see the tornado through the debris cloud. You cannot see when the ground is unsteady. You cannot see these things. You're in the debris cloud. And you're just sitting here shocked, standing in this debris cloud, trying to figure out how on earth can I move forward and build a life and create something in this debris cloud. You can't. That's the whole point of it. You can't create anything in this debris cloud. You can't create any. No. It has to all settle, and you have to be able to see clearly. Now is the time that you need to be quiet. Not that saying you can't. I'm not talking about sharing messages. That's fine. But the moment of you doing it all, you running in and saving the day, of arranging, organizing, lining things up. Everything is coming down. Everything is coming down. And I know you want to know for how long. For how long? Yes, the child. I'm hungry now. How long? Even if it's just 5 minutes. 5 minutes seems like forever. When you're hungry. When you're scared. 5 minutes goes on forever. Our hand is on your shoulders and on your back. And we are explaining to you and showing you the meal that's before you. The pieces that are coming together. And we're showing you them and showing you them so that you can focus on them a little bit. Be aware that all the things you've been waiting for, the big dinner, the big holiday dinner, all the different aspects of it that you have been waiting for so long. The decorations are already out. The table has already been set. You can smell it. You can see it. It's just getting done. The steam is rising. The spoons are stirring. You're peeking in the oven and say, "Is it ready yet?" And you're like, "Oh, just a few more minutes. Just a few more minutes." And you're like, "Listen, why don't you focus on this? Then I'll tell you as soon as it's ready." But you're hungry right now and you smell it and you want to eat it now. You anticipate it completely. It is very soon. We have held back the revealing of this to you, to this moment. We gave to the very last moment because they were in the safest and best place in this entire nuclear winter. Their souls were in the safest and blessed place in this entire nuclear winter. There was light, there was divinity, there was love, there was hope, there was creativity. Everything's been coming down. It has already been coming down everywhere. This is the last place. This was the last place that was being allowed. You were allowed to keep on, to hold out just a little longer. And focus on that and have your breather. But now it is time because we cannot wait any longer. We cannot wait any longer. This has to be dealt with. And it wasn't really. Yes, it got a little better. They were only superficially. Only superficially. You're getting flashes. Not too much, but you're getting flashes. You did accomplish a lot. And you did many things have been put out that's been helping, will be used to help many. But this is the darkest of the darkest. This is the most extreme of the most extreme. Nothing is happening accidentally. There is nothing for you to fix. I know. But God Himself is taking care of it. God Himself is taking care of these souls. God Himself loves you dearly. And He knows what you've been going through. And He knows the paths and everything. And their pain. You're like, why this? I want that. And why can't this be? Listen, it's going to be okay. You like that saying, in 5 years when you look back, it will make sense. Not even 5 years. You're getting the idea of 3 years. In 3 years, you will look back. And you will be like, why was I even doing there? Why was I even trying? Why didn't I see that? Why didn't I see that? It wasn't time. And it's okay. Because everything's going to be okay. It's going to be okay.